Welcome back. All right, in this companion explainer, we're going even deeper into the events surrounding the Mahdi's march. See, in the main Lecture 8, we got the big picture. Then, in 8a, we covered the physical conquests. Now we're shifting focus to the spiritual heart of the matter, the ultimate purpose of this victory, and the nature of the incredible hidden souls who walk with the Imam.
So, just to recap, Lecture 8 gave us that high-level story, tracing the Imam's emergence and his incredible campaign across the world. And then, in our first deep dive, 8a, we got into the specifics of the battles, right? The first banner, the fall of Rome and Constantinople, and that mysterious city of Al-Qadai. Okay, so now we get to ask the deeper questions. It's not just about what happens, but why it happens. We're going to explore the spiritual meaning behind it all and try to understand the character of the elite hidden companions who make this divine victory a reality. So after all those monumental global conquests we talked about in 8a, the sources say the Mahdi makes his way to the final destination, Bayt al-Maqdis, Jerusalem. And this is a huge shift. It tells you that the whole campaign was never just about military power. Its real purpose, its true north, has always been spiritual restoration. The Imam arriving in Jerusalem and leading the prayers, that signifies the reestablishment of divine balance on earth.
And it's right here, during one of these prayers in Jerusalem, that one of the most awaited, most significant events in all of eschatology is said to take place.
I mean, just listen to how vivid this description is. This isn't some vague, abstract prophecy. We get these incredible details, the red garments, the appearance of his hair, and that powerful comparison to the prophet Abraham. That's no accident. It connects this final, climactic moment all the way back to the very foundations of divine revelation. Now, the sequence of what happens next is absolutely critical. Let's walk through it. The Mahdi, out of profound respect, invites Jesus to lead the prayer. But Jesus defers. He says, rather, the prayer is established for you, O son of the daughter of the messenger of Allah. Then he prays behind the Mahdi. Think about the weight of that single act. It's a divine affirmation, a clear signal of the Mahdi's authority, and the unification of God's message under this final leadership. And with that, the divine alliance is sealed. The team is assembled. Jesus, the Spirit of God, is appointed as the commander of the army that will finally confront the great deceiver, the Dajjal, in that ultimate battle for the heart of humanity. Now, what's amazing is that this grand event of the end times has an echo, a sort of preview, in Imam Ali's own life. He gives us this incredible story that serves as a prefiguring of the Mahdi's journey. So, as the story from Bihar al-Anwar goes, Imam Ali and his army are returning from the Battle of Naharawan, and they stop at a place called Baratha. And there he finds a Christian monk, al-Habab, living in his cell.
This monk, al-Habab, looks at Imam Ali and he knows who he is because he's recognized him from his own scriptures. He immediately bears witness. Does that sound familiar? It's a mirror image, a microcosm of Jesus affirming the Mahdi. It's like a preview of that great future event happening right there in Ali's own lifetime.
But it doesn't stop there. On that very spot, Imam Ali's prophetic knowledge just unfolds. He strikes the ground, and a spring of sweet water gushes out. And then he lays out the future of that exact piece of land. A great city, Baghdad, will be built. Tyrants will rule it. And then he connects it all the way to the end times, mentioning the trials to come and the arrival of the Sufyani's army. It's just breathtaking. So this brings up a really crucial question for all of us. If these events are so far in the future, what about the people who have to live through all those trials, through pieces of the dark night while they wait? What is their state? Imam Ali uses this incredibly powerful, almost painful image to describe the difficulty of that long wait, the occultation. You can just feel the sense of being lost in that description, right? Searching desperately for spiritual guidance, for truth, and struggling to find it. But here's the key. That period of struggle isn't for nothing. It is a profound test of faith. And for the people who remain steadfast, the ones whose hearts don't harden over that long, difficult wait, the reward is simply beyond measure. Now, beyond the general believers who manage to stay firm, the sources tell us about a very special elite group, the companions who will be with the Mahdi at the moment of his appearance. And the way Imam Ali describes them is just fascinating. He says they are young and they are rare. He compares them to coal in the eye and salt in food.
Think about that. Salt is absolutely essential, but you only need a little bit. That's them. They're not a massive crowd. They are a select, potent, and absolutely vital few. So who are they? Well, Imam Ali gives them a specific name, the Nauma. But what does that word even mean? What is the defining quality of these elite souls? Well, the definition from Naj al-Balagha is just profound. A Nauma is someone who is obscure, hidden in plain sight. If he is present, he is not recognized, and if he is absent, he is not missed. Wow. These aren't the famous leaders or the social media stars. Their defining quality is their internal spiritual light, not their public status. They are lamps of guidance precisely because the world doesn't even see them. And another hadith, this one from al-Ghaiba al-Numani, gives us the ultimate definition. The Noma is the one who knows the people, but the people do not know him. Just let that sink in for a second. They possess this deep, penetrating insight into the human condition, but they themselves remain completely unknown, completely unrecognized. So when you put it all together, when you take the physical conquests from Part 8a and combine them with the spiritual culmination and the inner state of these hidden companions we've talked about here, the whole picture that Lecture 8 could only sketch out becomes so much deeper, so much more complete. And the final takeaway is this incredible promise from Imam Ali. Being a Nauma, that hidden, steadfast believer, is not a failure or a curse. It is a station of immense honor. And holding firm to your faith, especially when you feel like you're roaming without pasture, that is the direct path to being with Imam Ali, in his rank, on the day of resurrection.